Now I know what you're thinking. How could this final dungeon get any better? And fortunately, it has a great answer for you. This is Ko's section, and it's twice as big as all the other ones.
But why?
The actual answer to how could this dungeon get any better would be for it to just immediately end.
I mean, you would think that. I can't say that the dungeoning has been this game's strong suit by any means. But that's just not how Tokyo Xanadu rolls, my friend.
Which, again, for a game essentially designed around, you know, its dungeon mechanics and its dungeon design, that's an incredibly damning indictment.
I mean, the problem is, I think we've been over this a little bit, but, like, fundamentally, just kind of the problem with Tokyo Xanadu is that it's trying to be... It's like, it's got the worst parts of Trails and the worst parts of Ease, but, like, it doesn't know what to do with either of them.
Did they ever consider just, I don't know, not?
By the time that question probably came up, it was probably too late.
So yeah, Ko's dungeon is this big multi-level affair with a top level and a bottom level, and there's a whole bunch of platforming in between the sections, so if you fall, you have to work your way back up, and like, you have to hit switches on the top to open up paths on the bottom, and just like... Oh, I get so lost in this.
Oh, God. Are there any parts of the platforming that are, like, over, like, a bottomless pit or anything?
No, there's no bottomless pits, but every time you fall, you get stuck down in the bottom, and there's a giant swamp down there.
Ew.
But yeah, before too long, I will find myself back at the entrance and be like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Like, I genuinely thought I had found the exit, and then it was like, no, you can't turn back now, we have to go save Shiori, and I'm just like, oh, fuck.
After seeing all this, I'm almost kind of, like, retroactively reconsidering all the shit I gave White Knight Chronicles 2's final dungeon, where, like, in retrospect, I kind of realize now, like, at the very end of it, it at least had the wherewithal to, like, at the end of, like, probably 20 hours worth of bullshit and an especially assy, like, penultimate dungeon, like, White Knight Chronicles 2's final dungeon at least had the good sense to just be, like, a straight hallway to the final boss.
We will get something sort of like that. But, you know, that also comes with the implicit assurance that, yes, after this, there is still more final dungeon.
Ugh. Because, like, when I say, like, a straight hallway to the final boss, like, I'm not talking about, like, a Final Fantasy 13 style dungeon. I literally mean, like, one room, little hallway, second room, little hallway, final boss. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so this is the part... This is where I get to try and now figure out where the fuck I am? Also, fuck these worms? Jesus Christ, this is not what I need right now.
So I take it the area map for this section is just, like, absolutely useless, right?
Oh, it absolutely is. I don't know how well you can tell by looking at it, but, like, there isn't really a way to look at a specific level of the map. It's just got this, like, pseudo 3D thing going on all the time.
Yeah, I remember we talked about this some time ago, and this just seems like the worst dungeon to try to use the map to navigate with.
God, staying locked onto that worm while it's just zipping around under your, like, under the ground is just... That's gotta be, like, nauseating as hell, especially if it goes on for, like, a long enough period. Also, for some reason, I've just noticed, like, just now that, like, Rion has this, like, little, like, plinky-dinky, like, beep sort of set, like, fairy sound effect, like, every time she floats around on the ground. Basically just, like, almost a sort of stock levitation sound effect.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever noticed it myself, but that absolutely would be in keeping with this game.
I was literally just about to ask, like, if you noticed it, and if you did, just, like, how distracting or annoying does that get after a while in terms of, like, long-term use of Rion?
Considering Artix has never noticed it, probably not very. And to her credit, at least, she's not, like, squeaking with every step.
Oh yeah, that would be just, like, the absolute worst if, like, yeah, you finally get Rion and, like, her, like, floating noise is just this, like, really off-putting high-pitched screech. So I guess here's a question that I think I'm probably already seeing the answer to, but since you don't have the third slot to act as, like, the healing post for the party, does the character in Player 2, like, do they get that healing slot?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, see, that's something they should have given you, like, just, like, as a freebie for, like, in case, like, you know, since they're throwing out all these new weird and wonderful mechanics for the final dungeon, just, like, okay, now that you've split your party into, just, like, make Player 2 the healing, or make Position 2 the healing slot, just for this one little section.
I'm honestly kind of surprised if they were going to do such a thing, that they didn't introduce that in the end of Chapter 7, where we also did this. But at least those were full teams, though, because that was 2 teams of 4.
I suppose, to be mildly fair, like, the game has just been absolutely showering you in healing items up to this point, so it's like, yeah, this is probably the chance that you are just gonna blow through, like, if not, like, most of them, then at the very least some of them.
Yeah, just don't be shy with your healing.
I don't even know why I'm so averse to using the healing items, because, like, there's no item score or anything that, like, somehow counts against you.
Bayonetta, this is not. Or are you just really like saving up just in case you need that healing item for the next boss?
I'm thinking it's probably a matter of, like, the game up to this point has sort of, like, trained you to use, like, position 3 as your healing slot. So, like, you haven't really needed to use healing items all that much. And now that you have, like, basically, like, 50 billion of them, you really don't know what to do with them. Also, if you're trying to get through this dungeon, like, in under a par time, I'm assuming the game's menu foo has a, like, is a bit of a detracting factor from that as well. Also, nice job, dickhead.
I don't actually know if time spent in the menu counts against you during dungeons, but, like... I mean, honestly, I just don't like using items. So yeah, fun fact, those ledges are high enough that if you fall in the swamp, your double jump is not high enough to get you back out.
That's really harsh.
And, don't forget, you take constant damage while you're in the swamp.
That's just kicking you while you're down. Why?
Yeah, I can really tell you've reached the point where you're just like, okay, fuck this, Artix, because you're just unloading everything on this fucking robot.
Yeah, you are just done.
This is the 8th fucking robot that we have fought in the last roughly 40 minutes. I'm so fucking over these robots. They have way too much health. They do so much damage.
Like, I could just see it, like, coming through those attacks. There was a certain, like, basically aggravated aggressiveness to everything. We'll reach the end soon, she says, with 18 minutes left in the video.
Well, see, Rion's not accounting for the cutscene break.
Oh my god, Shiori was never real to begin with. That's what all this is implying, right?
That's kind of what I thought this would have led up to.
I was gonna say, well, we're about maybe 20-ish minutes away from her big villain speech, so I'm sure everything will be fine.
It would be more effective if those couple of, like, image transitions played out in reverse, where it's like, yeah, you get the pictures with Shiori in them, and then suddenly you get the ones where she's not in them.
Yeah, I don't know why they went in that order. I'm amazed you got the S rank on this. Wait, fast time?
Did you see that I beat the par time by 5 minutes?
What the shit? I thought you, like, overshot it by, like, 6 minutes.
At the very least, like, they must have known that, like, yeah, no, that this part of the dungeon is an absolute piece of bullshit, so yeah, let's just give the player, like, a generous par time.
That's some Eggman Land, like, levels of bullshit there.
Also, I appreciate that they don't have enough space in the title slider to put Pandora's Box in there, so they just call it Box.
いくら目をそらしたって真実が変わるわけじゃねえ。とにかく言って向き合ってそれからどうするか考えりゃいい。
時坂君先輩
一皮むけたみたいだな。
至ったみたいだね。
Wow. Jesus, Rem.
God, the plot fairy takes no prisoners, does she?
出た異界の子。
あれが噂に聞いた。
何この子めちゃくちゃ可愛くない？
Maybe not the time, Rion.
Glad your priorities are straight there.
僕は観測者だからね。この町が隔絶された時から。いや、そのずっと前から全てを見てきたつもりさ。
I mean, that much was obvious. I don't really know why she needed to spell it out. Also, but wasn't this exactly what she said to them at, like, the hot springs? Just like, I've been observing all of you. So wait, does that mean everyone else in Morimiya is gonna fucking die?
いろんな人に手伝ってもらって俺たちは今ここに立っている。それを含めての俺たちの力。
That's okay though. We have the power of friendship. And also this giant slab of metal that can extend into like a whip, but mostly friendship.
そもそもここまでたどり着けなかった。だから
Rem's just like, you people are weird and I don't like you, and then she just disappears.
You know, honestly though, like, pulling a Link's Awakening kind of twist on this where, the world as you know it will disappear, like, when you accomplish your goal, would be pretty interesting.
Ko, why are you putting that away? There's another fucking chunk of dungeon about to happen.
Also, is that like the last that we ever see of Rem in the game?
It is the last that we are going to see of her for a while.
So, what the fuck was the point of her even being in the game at this point, then? Your silence is all the answer I need.
So here we go. Final corridor. I mean... I don't know why this is here.
Also, yeah, like, what the hell was the point of, like, the rest of the XRC just sort of standing up on the top of the staircase there?
Right? Like, and when we get to the end of this, when we're standing in front of the final boss, they will have all teleported over there and be standing around there too. Like, why does this chunk of dungeon exist?
Yeah, because it looks like they just despawned the second you left the staircase.
I mean, it is a nice touch in that You know, it's everybody who's up there is your team that is not in your party. So, like, you know, that's cute, but...
Yeah, it just doesn't really justify anything. It's just a nice touch, but that doesn't go far enough to justify anything.
Yeah, it's like we've had enough, like, little final, okay, like, this is it, guys, we can do this, you know, rah-rah, like, inspirational sign-off speeches, like... The game still, at the very end, cannot resist belaboring the points.
I mean, I will give it this. This dungeon song is really fucking good. But, you know, we've already been over the fact that this game's music is, like, one of its only unambiguous good points.
I actually thought, like, when the section started, like, I thought you just dubbed the song over because, like, there were no sound effects and I didn't hear Rion's voice. But then, like, you interacted with, like, the little terminal, so it was like... Why was there no voice acting? I don't fucking know anymore.
Again, we are basically, what, 40 minutes away from the game being completely fucking over. Like, they've run out of time and or fucks to give. And probably money as well.
Oh yeah, the budget was running extremely dry at this point.
Oh, there's the wind elemental.
At least they had enough budget to not require Ko or Asuka to pull out a chair.
That's fair? There are times when I wonder if this game would have been better if they had done the chair.
Also, I think we've seen every elemental variation of this fucking robot now, too.
Are you telling me that you're not having fun yet, Crow? Do you not want to fight another robot?
This is the last one, right?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Hallelujah.
I wish you could see the face I'm making right now, because, oh god.
Cannot believe that I saved that combo. I mean, for all that it really matters, considering we're already over the 200 mark, but still.
I was just about to comment that, like, holy shit, like, that would be fucking hilarious if there was literally only one wind elemental in the game, period, but then I just saw the second one there amongst the trash mobs, so... there's at least two!
I mean, they did go through the effort, and I'm using that word very loosely, of making a model for the wind elemental, so I guess they figured they weren't gonna just use it once.
No, they were gonna use it twice. Up 3 times, I see it there in the background again.
Alright, and that makes the effort of rendering out another model totally worth it.
Oh, there's 4. I'm just gonna keep counting wind elementals until we get to the literal, like, last door of the game.
I mean, it's a better use of your time than trying to, figure out how they justify this section existing at all. So, you know what? We'll take that.
Look, someone came up with a sweet animation algorithm for those block doors, and we're like, okay, we don't have anywhere else to put it in the game. Let's just, you know, throw a final corridor in here just, you know, to get some use out of it.
Maybe this whole section is just, exists just so they could use the wind elementals.
You know, that also would not surprise me.
Honestly, they probably just salvaged this entire section from, like, some other Falcom game that probably, like, either never saw the light of day or it was just cut for whatever reason. And so it's like, okay, well, you know, we've got all of these assets kicking around. Like, I'm sure we can just, like, slap them in the Cold Steel 2 engine and just, you know, get some use out of them rather than let them go to waste. Also, there's 5. 6, holy shit!
Can you handle this double wind fight?
Oh, it's too much. I'm gonna need a moment.
Okay, so Crow cannot break wind. Got it.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder why I even bother trying to do, like, the elemental kills with Ko, when I can just fucking obliterate them with Sora.
Or for the variety?
Meaningless points versus getting the game done faster.
But you gotta get them points, though. What are you gonna do if we don't S-rank this? Also, fuck this fight.
Holy shit, what happened?
So this is 2 fairies, 2 of those little shooter dudes, and another fucking shadow robot.
That's a lot.
I mean, it is technically the final encounter before the final boss. It still sucks ass. Also, yeah, don't forget that Shadow actually is weak to Shadow. So, you know, this asshole hits twice as hard on Asuka too.
And Asuka was a paper cannon to begin with. I feel like the Mario staircase theme should be playing right now.
Yeah, why are you not backwards long jumping this?
I mean, it probably would have gone faster. We did it, right? We could have gone into a parallel dimension.
Either that or it just shoves you below the floor and into the previous level.
他のみんなも呼ぶとするか。全てのケリをつけるために。
ええ。
Okay, the way Ko said that last bit made it almost sound like the game was expecting you to run the dungeon again with another party.
Oh god, no, spare us.
Yeah, that would have been just like the final dick kick.
But yeah, this is it. This is your final opportunity to do anything that you need to. Update your equipment, change your party, heal, save. This is it, because once you get through that door, there's no going back. And yeah, the game does outright tell you that, hey, you can just teleport back if you need to grind. But we will not be taking it up when it's offered.